Violent Legion, as you're here, like always. I'm in this rare mood right now. I said it in one of the, excuse me. I said it in one of the music reactions I did that I just never sleep well. I just don't. And yesterday I was like, yeah, I'm going to do some videos, and I did 2 videos. And then I only uploaded 1. And I'm like, well, fuck. And that was like, I think that was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday, I think. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, because I just never sleep well, ever. And today I woke up, I went to bed before 4 a.m., which is the perfect time for me, because then I can wake up before 12 sometime. And I'm just in this huge mood, I guess, now. Like, now my lips are so chapped. I'm in this huge desire to do all the fucking Blair Witch stuff, all the scary stuff, because usually I have to turn off all the lights and do all this other bullshit, and I just don't want to do it. But I'm in this huge, just, like, fucking American Horror Story anthology. It's coming out. We're going to be doing all that stuff. But today, we are here for this one specific video. A United Kingdom. I forgot what I was reacting to for a second. Because I can't see it anywhere, and I have to find it on this huge list. Oh, fuck. With that being said, though, let's get into it. Check it out. See what it's all about. Let's hope this is good. I don't know what it is. A United Kingdom. Maybe it's something crazy, something... I hope it's something good. BBC Films should have known.
Or hate him on sight. He's cleverer than him, and he's black. She might change her mind. I've met the man I want to spend my life with.
Are you insane? White, British, and she's a salesman's daughter.
My grandfather was a king. I am his heir. I have a responsibility to return home to my people. I will never achieve anything worthwhile.
Was it?
If I leave
Hold on.
my heart.
Wait. Hold on. I gotta go back to something that guy said. Wait. Excuse me. Pause.
I have a responsibility.
Are you insane? White, British,
Was
and
white.
she's a salesman's daughter.
My grandfather
White was the thing, but British was the next, and
I
then
am
salesman.
his heir. I have a responsibility
Okay.
to return home to my people. I will never achieve anything worthwhile if I leave my heart here.
I am the government's representative in Southern Africa. The policy
Hey.
of apartheid. You know this word. If you choose to marry the leader of an African nation, you will be responsible for the downfall of the British Empire in Africa. Have you no shame?
Wow.
Over 2 decades of preparing.
I like that guy, that actor, by the way.
This is how you face
The guy
it.
that was just
How
talking.
long before the village dust gets in her eyes?
I am
Damn.
told that you no longer wish for me to honor my duty as your king because of the color of the wife I have chosen.
Who do you think will accept you? You belong to the whites, but they won't want you either.
I am ready to serve you because I love my people. I love this land. But I love my wife.
Now you will see how an empire defends itself, Mr. Karma.
Oh, shit, man.
Let's judge this, haven't we?
Honestly, the only
We
thing...
have concluded that you should be exiled.
I belong with my people.
Prime Minister, the whole world is watching.
No man is free who is not master of himself.
Hey.
She's stronger than either of us suspected.
I actually might check this out. I don't really like these kind of films. Ones with messages.
For us to be the masters of our own fate. It is time.
Like, diversity.
Did I ever tell you I didn't just marry you for your good looks?
Liar.
That's funny. I mean, diversity. I see it every day. I live in Arizona. I grew up around 2008. I've seen all that stuff that went down. SP 1070, for anybody that doesn't know that, you can check that out. Human nature does not surprise me anymore at all. And seeing a movie that has, like, Birth of a Nation, I have no desire. There's a lot of extra stuff that I made a point to learn when I was in high school that my high school didn't teach me about our country and our history, because I think it's not the responsibility of every white person to be held responsible for what their ancestors did, but I think it's every white person's responsibility to never forget what happened, and to put those lessons forward. That's the important thing, not to be held accountable for something that you were not a part of. And so Birth of a Nation or other movies like that, I have no desire to see those, because you're going to tell me maybe there's some new information I don't know, but that's irrelevant. Things are in the past, or I don't need to adapt a movie to try to justify or try to understand what's going on now. I understand what's going on now. I don't need a movie from the past to bring up extra animosity between two groups of people that are trying to move past that. I don't believe in that. This is between, maybe because it doesn't hit so close to home. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's British and Africa or Africans. Apologies. I don't do, for anybody that says I should do research before I do a reaction. Fuck you, first of all. Just go suck a lemon. Get out of my face. You know what? I have at least 100 videos right here to react to. I am fucking for sure not going to go and research all of those, because goddamn, that would take a lot of time, and that would kind of diminish the whole point of. I wouldn't have been stunned when I saw this movie, when I didn't know what it was about. I just saw a black man and a white woman in England. And BBC, when this video first started, I'm like, oh, it's a British film. I wonder what's going on. And then I thought it was some kind of radio-based show or something. I don't know what I thought. If I would have read about it or did research on Wiki or something, that would have ruined this entire video for me. I would have known what was going on. And my expression, my opinion, my thoughts, my initial reaction would have been lost reading off cam. So that's why I don't do that. And but anyways, like I was saying, I don't exactly know about the man. He's a king, but is he a king that's under the dominion of the British Empire? Because the way the guy made it sound like that is that this white British woman marries this black man from this kingdom. I mean, kingdom it looks all different ways. It would be. He said it would be the fall of the British Empire in Africa. Right? That's what he said. That's what he was going on about. And maybe he's not talking. Well, I mean, is he still talking about South Africa? Because I think they mentioned South Africa, but was that the same thing? Like now I'm like thinking, and I'm trying to remember what I heard. Yeah, and so. Somehow, the way I don't know. I think the reason why I'm getting confused is because the way they perceive the movie, first off, is that like the kingdom and the British Empire, or however you want to phrase it, are like the same. But then if she marries him, it's almost like legitimizing, I guess, which means they're not actually the same. Like one of them doesn't have a rule over it, but then you see the white people sitting there talking to the king of this tribe, or this whatever you want to describe it as. They're monitoring the situation as if they have rule over the land, maybe not the people, but the land. And then it says that you should be exiled, and that's the white people saying that. So it's like how. Maybe I'll just look it up specifically for myself after, because I'm so damn curious that maybe it's just in one of those like flux situations where they kind of rule, but like it's like how Disney owns Marvel, but Marvel's still allowed to do its own thing. It's a subsidiary. Maybe that's kind of how it is. Like this kingdom is like under like its ownership, but not the rule. And if this kingdom marries this white woman from Britain, it is like solidifying something that I don't exactly know. Maybe I'll check it out. It's just it's a part of history I've never heard before. Probably because it's not, if it's even based on a true story, which I assume it is. It's not from a country that we didn't learn history about England unless it was them losing the war. But that being said, not really losing. I was just making a joke. But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I just don't know that seems real interesting that I want to get into, and that's probably why I want to check this movie out, because it looks like it's one that talks about discrimination, I think, in a different way, not just trying to pick a side, not just trying to pick a nation that's always at fault, but showing actual facts, some historical stuff, if it's not based off of some book, which, again, does this face look like I read? I don't. So it has interest in it. I don't need another hate crime, blah blah blah, that went on in America. I don't care. We're not in school anymore. We're not forced to learn history. We've learned it. You don't need to draw extra lines in the sand, people, for those idiots that are making these dumb movies that just have. Honestly, I think some people say they have no place right now, but what was the guy? I think it was it Ice Cube's son, I believe. I think he was talking about either the Roots. I think he was talking about Roots, the remake of Roots. But what he said kind of like branched off to any movie like Birth of a Nation or anything else that was being made. He's saying we don't need another movie of oppression or us or black people, us, because he being black, us being oppressed and triumphing or the struggle. We have plenty of moments in our history where we did or accomplished incredible things. Let's focus on those points in time and those people. That's rough estimate what he said. And I have to agree. I don't like watching videos where it keeps showing somebody as the villain, as a white person, or as an oppressed person for black people. There's more things that have gone on in history than just that. Just because that's the big juicy thing and the film creators have nothing better to do, they have no actual imagination to make a movie about anything else. Their ineptitude as filmmakers, they have to go based off true events, or they have to go and find what's big right now, which is racial tension. And I have no respect for a producer or a writer that jumps on the bandwagon of bigotry, I guess, or the problems of. They're like, these filmmakers are no better than Fox News or any news. As an American, I respect no legitimate, because they're really not, legitimate news source. They're vultures. They're horrible, disgusting people. Maybe not the anchors, but the people that write these stories deserve to just die in a fire. They do. Because, for an example, the Malaysian airline incident, and the Malaysian airline crashed. The news, NBC, for those in America, went on for 3 days saying the exact same thing. No joke. I watched it. I watched the news. It was the same. Oh, they brought in officials to say how it could happen 8 different ways. They did this, they did that. And this is back when, I was watching some of this with my dad. And the joke he made wasn't necessarily like a dark joke about the people. It was more of a dig on the news people. It was just me and him. But I'll let you know. And for a lot of people, probably people are gonna take it the wrong way. Just for that, if you take it the wrong way, you're already wrong. So they went on 3 days for no reason. Just talk about death and possibly where, and it was the huge thing. It was like what's trending on Twitter. This was like the news people's trending thing, and they were leeching onto it. Finally, like by the 4th day, they finally had something new. They finally had something else to add on. What was that? 3 Americans were on that plane, and that most likely died, and they did. And I was watching that specific segment with my dad, and my dad goes, "Oh, are we supposed to care now?" And we laughed because we had watched the news coverage up until that point. When it crashed, I remember when when the announcement was first being made, I was also in my dad's room talking to him for a second, or I was with my dad, not in his room. I was with my dad and I was talking to him, and it came on, and my dad's like, "Oh, that's really sad. That really sucks." Why? And this is like after a few planes have crashed before. My dad's like, "What the hell's going on? Can't you people keep your shit together? You're supposed to like monitor." He wasn't going on, but he just said, "Really? Another plane? Like that's just, children, people." My dad was like, "That really sucks," without, with no so many words. And he expressed himself saying, "How are all these planes crashing? Or can't these people keep the maintenance? Why, like, are you being lazy? Like, how are these planes crashing?" That's kind of the expression that he conveyed, which was, why were these things crashing? And when the news finally came out that there was Americans, and he said, "Oh, we're supposed to care now," it was to say, "Oh, are we supposed to like now be invested in your story? Are we supposed to come back and feed into your lack of compassion? Like, we cared when the plane crashed. You had nothing important to say. Now you're trying to make us feel bad again by saying it's the Americans are dead. So that's and the reason why I'm saying this part is because it's the same thing with these movies. Like, oh, there's stuff going on in the world. Okay, we understand. And then you make this other movie that's supposed to, like, what, highlight a problem or bring it to light. You go, oh, are we supposed to, like, care again? Are we supposed to like feed into more of it? We've seen what goes on in the world. We understand what goes on in the world. We've all taken our own measures to not promote or not let somebody get away with it, let's say, or sign a petition somewhere. But every time one of these movies comes out that either paints this person that way or makes this person a victim, I can't help but just hate the people that created the movie because I think you have no talent. You have no intelligence. You are literally riding the wave of racial tension in the world, much like the news anchors did with the flight. And so with that, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to get out of here. I can't wait to see the movie. I can't wait to see, because at least in this movie, it shows something different. It shows a point in time. It's not, it's a story that's never been, maybe again, it's just as an American, we didn't learn that part of history. And maybe the movies I'm talking about specifically talk about our history again and again and again. But this is something that is a whole new thing to learn and to understand, and it will bring more desire to learn the story out of the movie. And yeah, I'll see you guys on whatever video I'm doing next. If you like the content, like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out. If you have a link or anything you want to discuss, you can leave a comment down in the comment section below. Love to see you. Love to hear all the comments. Once again, my name is Azrael, and I'll see you next time. Later.